We are now in the part 2 of the broadcast. As you're joining us, on your screen to start with is the account details to raise fund on this channel. So while we are going to take you through to some of the intros, and then I'll come back and then we'll start the program officially. So my name is Akintoye. Sorry, live program. We are now back again, and I hope you will share it as you have done at the first part. This is not a time to mess around. This is a time, I think I might drop it down later for you to see what is happening on the screen, but bear with me. I need to set this out for. So, go on the share button and let's start the program now.
Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú láparapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand. Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú láparapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand.
À ń fi àsìkò yìí ṣe ìkéde fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ láti gbáradì fún àwọn ìwọ́de tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà nípa pàtàkì orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá nation àti wípé ìdí tí a fi gbọdọ̀ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpínlẹ̀ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho.
tẹ̀lé lórí so gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtọ́bá ń jẹ Yorùbá àtìjòyè wọ́n láwọn ọ̀faramọ́ kí Fúlàní máa jí wa gbé wọ́n máa jẹ oko wa kọ́ máa dà wá láàmú.
Akọni tó ń yọ ní léwu tó ń gbá ní sílẹ̀ lójú ogun. Òun náà pè lálágbára. Mo mewé mo mebo mo lóògùn tó ń jẹ. Níwọ̀n bá ní ó ṣe níwájú ìbò. Ẹlẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Ẹlẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Ẹlẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Àtìyá o Yorùbá lè máa fẹ́. Ṣé lákọ̀ọ́ni? Kò lẹ̀ sí lówó fún un tún dé.
Ẹ jẹ́ a jáde ẹ máa bọ̀ ń ta ká ṣe ṣe kí ni o kàtúyàyà let's come out and showcase ourselves.
Koiki Media, we're bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Àwọn sálára àgbà yìí dá, àwa ló láṣà àti èdè. Gbígbédè lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá.
Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
They never sabi wetin we carry for her.
But they move closer before they go sabi.
I said they never know wetin we carry for body.
But they move closer to sabi.
Ọ̀kín lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, kìnìún ló ló lajú.
Ẹyẹ tó torí kodò bí àdán ọ̀pẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́nu.
Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa, ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè gbódùdú àga.
Odùduwà kò bá lè gbé wá.
Ọmọ Odùduwà àṣírí, ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀, ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé délẹ̀ ìlérí, ká wálé gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ jọ gbàdé ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀ àwa ní mọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri. pé ọmọ Odùduwà ni wá. Koiki Media àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni. kásá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wá kájé bùgbà yín jẹ. ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni. gbèsò lárugẹ à ń gbàsà lárugẹ. ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni. news and sports ẹ máa rí gbọ́. ètò tó pọ̀jù owó tiwa mọ́ ni. ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀mí ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koiki Media ọlọ́lá gbajúmọ̀ mi o máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ o. ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. à ń gbádùn rẹ ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀mí ṣẹ́yìn ló máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o. ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé máa dé ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ o. igbó máa wọ̀ tó àjòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀ àjòjì tó bá wọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní ẹbọra. ẹ̀yin lọ́ máa náwó kóyìnbó tó dé ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o. Koiki Media ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńtọ́ àtúnpèrègèdè. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. àwa là ń gbé tò lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ o. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o tọkàntọkàn. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. ikú tí ó ṣe bí lébi òsì àdìmú bàbá iyọ. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. we bring you up closer to your doorstep. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ o tó ń kan kí oko lára ni. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. àpèrègèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. gbogbo ayé ẹ gbọ́ àwa ní bàbá o. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹ gbé polówó ọjà yín wá o. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Odùduwà lágbé dání òtítọ́ lágbé dání. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. a kì í sọ̀dálẹ̀ a kì í sódìkẹta. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. àdúró tán àtúnpèrègèdè. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Koiki Media we bring you work closer to your doorstep. àwọn ní bàbá. Koiki Media is around.
To give us latest.
Is around o.
To give us latest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pọ̀jù owó.
ladies and gentlemen,
ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó pọ̀jù owó.
Koiki Media is around.
To give us
She
Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú láparapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand. Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú láparapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand.
À ń fi àsìkò yìí ṣe ìkéde fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ láti gbáradì fún àwọn ìwọ́de tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà nípa pàtàkì orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá nation àti wípé ìdí tí a fi gbọdọ̀ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpínlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìwọ́de yìí náà ni a máa ṣe káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire bí tí bàbá wa onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ emeritus Professor Adebanji Akintoye yóò ṣe olùdarí rẹ̀. Ọdún 2025 yìí náà ni yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀, a sì máa kàn sí wa nípa oṣù àti gbogbo ohun tí a bá fẹ́ mọ̀. Olùkéde Ọláyọmí Kóìkí, agbẹnusọ fún olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho.
tẹ̀lé lórí so gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtọ́gbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti ìjòyè wọ́n láwọn ò faramọ́ kí Fúlàní máa jí wa gbé wọ́n máa jẹ oko wa kọ́ máa dà wá láàmú.
Agbógun má ti di akọni nínú ìyàwó. Akọni tó ń yọni léwu tó ń gbani sílẹ̀ lójú ogun. Òun náà pè lálágbára. Mo mewé mo mebo mo lóògùn tó ń jẹ. Níwọ̀n bá ní ó ṣe níwájú ìbò. Lẹ́lẹ́ ni ó máa fẹ́. Lẹ́lẹ́ ni ó máa fẹ́. Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o. Ọmọ Oòduà. Ọ̀gá Fúlàní. Ọ̀gá Fúlàní. Ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ torí kò sílùú mìíràn. Ọmọ Oòduà. Ọ̀gá Fúlàní. Ọ̀gá Fúlàní. Ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ torí kò sílùú mìíràn.
One of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
That's all. But there seems to be some confusion in Yoruba land. I see that maybe perhaps the generality of the people do not feel as passionate about self-determination. And secondly, there is all kinds of positions. Afenifere is talking about restructuring. You are talking about self-determination.
You don't know this. You don't know the nature of the Yoruba society. You don't. Most of the young people, and they are the majority in Yoruba land, want the self-determination of their Yoruba nation. That's the truth of the matter. That's what is keeping the movement going. And they are also doing so in the diaspora. Yoruba young men and women all over the world want their own country, separate from Nigeria. You cannot deny that. No matter how much you want to pander to the government, you cannot deny that. But that's the truth.
But anyway.
The important thing, however, and I'm surprised that you are not talking about that, is that the Yoruba people who are fighting for self-determination are telling the world and telling themselves that they will do it only peacefully. We are Yoruba. We know our status in the world. We know our status in the black world. We do not want to destroy the peace of Nigeria, and we do not want to bring difficulty into the lives of any other group in Nigeria. But we want to get out of Nigeria. That's it.
Well, Prof, you were a strong member.
And you're not talking about that. You are asking me questions. You are asking me questions as if what ORILEEDE did has the support of the majority of Yoruba people who want self-determination. It is not true.
Well, Prof,
she has a small minority of a section that is ready to do illegalities. A year ago, they went and attacked a radio station in Ibadan, and so on. Now this year, they are attacking the entire government of Ibadan, and so on. No, but we have never sent anybody to go and do that, and we do not support it or encourage it.
Prof,
and we think it is criminal.
Prof,
and so if they get punished for their criminality, we have no objection to that.
Prof, you are a strong member.
But you cannot, because of them, generalize opposition to self-determination. You cannot.
Well, Prof, you are a strong member of the Unity Party of Nigeria, also a very strong member of Afenifere. Afenifere is talking about restructuring. You are now talking about self-determination. What is the difference, in these two ideological positions?
Yes, our fathers in Afenifere are doing the right thing, talking about restructuring, so that we can go back and live our own life the way we used to live it prosperously. They're doing the right thing. There is nothing wrong with that. But we, another group of people, larger in number than they, are now saying, no, self-determination is the answer, not restructuring. Why? Because when you restructure, you are still in Nigeria. The people who are coming and disrupting your life and destroying your farms and killing your women and raping your mothers and daughters and so on are still Nigerians. They still have a right to come to Nigeria. The only final solution to that is to separate, so that you have a separate Yoruba country where we can make our own laws and so on, to which we admit only people we want to admit. So nobody can claim that they have a right to come to our land. They don't have such a. But as long as we are in Nigeria, no matter what restructuring is done, they still have the right to come to our land and do the things that we are doing. Nobody is talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms. I am not hearing that. I'm hearing only about government. I'm not hearing about people. You are not talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms, and that the Yoruba nation is in danger of famine upon famine upon famine for years and years to come. You are not talking of the fact that the Fulani declared war on Nigeria on the 24th of January and 26th of January and said that Tinubu is not our president. We are going to Aso Rock. We will take over the seat of government there, and we will use this place to organize the conquest of the rest of Nigeria. You're not talking about that. You are not talking of people who said, no Fulani man must be arrested for the bomb in Ibadan. If you do, you will have bombs in every town in Yoruba, in Nigeria. Nobody is talking about that. Nobody is talking about the sheer insult of living in a country where some people are treating the government like that. You are talking about Onitiri and so on.
They need to know it is not in their hands, because you know what? Power belongs to the people. Anything we want is what we are going to get.
Once again, I want to ask this. Do you think this dream is realizable without a war? And are you prepared to fight another war?
This dream can be realized without a war. And let me put it this way, as soon as the people, the various ethnic groups in Nigeria realize what Nigeria means to each and every ethnic group, they will subscribe to our position. So it is realizable without a war. Before the white man came, let me ask you this, because it's an interview, which means you can ask me questions and I can ask you. Before the white man came, was there any Nigeria? Before the white man came, did Nigeria exist? It's a simple question that I'm asking you. Dele, did Nigeria exist before?
It didn't, no.
It didn't exist. Then why are African people, black people dying over something that they did not create? Did any Yoruba man create Nigeria? The answer is no. No Igbo man created Nigeria. No Hausa man did. No Fulani man did. No Kanuri man did. No Jukun man did. When you come to Nigeria, it's always a debate about it is our turn. It is our turn. It is our turn to rule. Now, there are over 250 main ethnic groups in Nigeria. If you keep rotating the presidency every 8 years to each and every ethnic group, times 8 by 250, how many years are you going to get? So some people will die many times over. They will reincarnate many times over. The presidency hasn't come to them. Nigeria is a joke and an absolute mess. It was not created by black people. Therefore, it cannot be sustained by black people. I want to see an Africa where a Yoruba nation, a Yoruba mega nation extends from Togo all the way to Edo State. That's what I want. Because that is authentic Africa. I don't know why Africans are so beholden to something that is alien to them. Are you a white man? The lugard that created Nigeria is a white man. What are you doing as an African defending something that a white man created out of, should I say, a racist intent? Nigeria was an ordinary company, Royal Niger Company, an ordinary business venture that the British converted into a nation. And Africans are killing themselves trying to maintain something that a white man created. Sometimes I wonder what type of God made African people. I don't understand it. And that is why you have this neo-colonialism. That is why the British High Commissioner had to go to Tinubu to ask him, how do you end this protest? Because if this protest continues, you're jeopardizing our oil. Now the kind can use it as an advantage to go and get Biafra. They asked the army to go in and kill people. You people are being ruled by your colonial masters. Your fate is not in your hand. You're in a country that is 60 years old, so to speak. There is no electricity. If I am a Nigerian, I can't come out and say I'm a Nigerian. I'll be ashamed of myself. For 60 years, you have no electricity. For 60 years, no good roads. For 60 years, no good schools. For 60 years, your politicians are traveling abroad for medical treatment. I ask you, what is there to be proud of about Nigeria? Name one thing you can be proud of. Name one thing. It's a question I'm asking you, Dele. Tell me one thing you can be proud of in Nigeria.
Nigerians are amongst the brightest people in the world, including the Igbo people, of which you are one. You're a very brilliant man. That is Nigeria in your DNA.
I was born a Biafran, not a Nigerian. Nigeria is a historical mistake.
Was there a birth certificate at that time that wrote Biafra on it?
Of course, yes. You want me to show you? I will show it to you. I can email it to you. It's not here with me right now. I can email it to you. My person is Biafra.
I don't mind.
I will email it to you. So you see, what I'm asking is, if Nigeria never existed until the white man came, why are you as a black African man defending it? What's a white man created? Why? When you have Yorubas in Benin Republic, Yoruba is in Togo, they speak your language, they eat your food, they dress the same way you do, you have the same culture, the same value system, the same orientation, and I'm asking you, and the white man came from Europe and said, oh, You are Yoruba from Togo, you speak French. You're Yoruba from Benin Republic, you're going to speak French. But you, you're Yoruba from Nigeria, you speak English. Are people not perturbed by that? That level of dehumanization, that level of subjugation. You see, the one thing that shocks me about Africa and their class of intellectuals is the fact that they are willing to swallow hook, line, and sinker anything the colonial master gives to them. And I've asked you this very question. Can you go to Europe and create a country as a black man? The answer is no. Then why must you accept what a white man is doing in Africa? Do you see why we are poor and very backwards? Do you see why Nigeria can never have 24 hours of electricity? Never, ever, ever, ever. Because the foundation is faulty. The orientation of Fulani Janja, people were protesting SARS killings in the south. Fulani people in the north were busy having fun and laughing and smiling. And you want to be in the same country with them. Your value system, your reasoning, your understanding, your orientation can never ever be the same. Never be the same. Why did Britain leave the EU? Then I'm asking you, are they not Christians? Are they not Democrats? Are they not, don't they believe in free trade and voting people in and voting them out? But then why did Britain leave the EU? Why? The same Britain that left the EU is asking me not to leave Nigeria. Nigeria that is only 100 years old. Your grandfather was not a Nigerian. Was not. So why must you throw away the history of your family, the rich history of Yoruba people? Because a white man called the place Nigeria. Why must you do that? Why? Can I go to England and name them and name them Albania and say all your history is now gone? We are doing our ancestors a disservice. And let me tell you why Black Africa cannot go forward. Some people, not you, some people accepted this nonsensical balkanization of Africa with their useless flag independence. And your ancestors are in the grave. Your ancestors that existed before the white man was born, they are in the grave. You jettison their history and their identity. You banish it, you denigrate it, you insult them by accepting this garbage called Nigeria, and you want them to be happy with you. That is why no Black African country can see development.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Odua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
And we welcome you back to our second phase of our program this particular day, the 5th of April 2025. My name is Olayomi Koiki, popularly known as the Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. One channel that talks about the right of the Biafra, the Igbo people in the southeast part of Nigeria. One channel that talks about why the Hausa in the north needs to be free. One channel that talks about why the Ijaw in the Middle Belt needs to be free. One platform that believes that the Yoruba people under the leadership of Professor ADEBANJI Akintoye needs to have their own independent Oduduwa country. I welcome you back once again, and I say a very good day to you, good afternoon, good evening. And this particular day as well, we are raising funds for this platform called Koiki Media, popularly known as the Koiki Media, one channel that have decided to dedicate everything that is known within himself and his strong team and those that are leading us in this movement to educate and bring the awareness as quickly as possible so that many Yoruba people will not be looking in the direction of another failed election that has not yielded any result in the last 25 years. Under the leadership of Professor ADEBANJI Akintoye, the Yoruba people are yearning that the 1914 fraudulent amalgamation that led to the 1960 coup independence that was given to us by the failed Britain has now completely comes to its own final tenure, and we need now to call Nigeria into order. The Yoruba people will not back down until our right to self-determination is given. We are continuously telling all our representatives around the globe, especially those that are representing us in the Yoruba homeland today, to come back home as quickly as possible, because as things stand right now, the danger ahead will no longer be acceptable that the lives of Yoruba people have been mortgaged inside a failed British entrepreneur business center known as Nigeria. So we are saying again that as we are gearing up for many activities and events that might be unfolding very soon, that our governors, our politicians, our kings, our allies must now return back so that we can build a Yoruba country, a Yoruba economy, a Yoruba fruitful, prosperous society under the leadership of all those that believe in the cause of self-determination. This is the only message that we will continue to tell those that need to hear the word. If you fail to allow Nigeria to dissolve peacefully, we must prepare for war. Again, if we fail to allow Nigeria to dissolve peacefully, then every Yoruba sons and daughters should go and prepare, because there's likely going to be a war, as we have been seeing by those that have warned us that the Fulani jihadis are bringing war and we need to stop them. We will not allow a war to be invaded into our communities, and we must stop it. The politicians cannot stop it. They have completely failed in their responsibility. Our kings cannot stop it. Those that can stop it now are the clarion call under the leadership of Professor Akintoye that the Yoruba people must protect their land, and we will do so with everything within the power that we have. But one thing again is that we were warned by the late Malafia. Let's listen to him one more time.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, how would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022,
They want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
Well, Owolatigbo T. Malafia Obadia have just warned us just before he was killed in Nigeria some few years back. May so rest in peace. Before we go further, as we have mentioned at the beginning of the first part of the program, if you have not watched that, then you might have to go back and listen. We've raised 150,000 naira. That is not good enough for us that have watched the first episode of the program. For encouragement, let us try to push that up. We are looking to raise 1 million, and I think raising 150,000 has not helped in the last 3 hours. This is the second part of the program. We see how much hour I have, maybe an hour, maximum of 2. I don't know. But what we want to do right now is to focus on the fundraising, which is very, very important. So, but I believe somebody wanted to call us earlier, and let me allow that call to come through quickly, and then we will start the fundraising to see how much you can help us to raise from your own side, whether it is a 5,000, a 10 pounds, a 20 pounds. All these donations will help this organization. Without funding, we will struggle to run this particular channel. So mo fẹ́ wo èèyàn mélòó ló sì fi ràn wá lọ́wọ́, ìyẹn gangan la fi sọ̀rọ̀ lórí fundraising. We have done enough talking at the first section of the program. So what we want to do right now is who is going to start, who is going to help, and I think that is the only way we can assist this particular organization. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ náwó sí wa during the first hour, and we hope that those of us that are coming in would also be having their own input to support us so that we can be able to raise the fund. Funding is very, very unique. Funding is very, very important. Mokiyawa Comfort Ologunja, as well as many of you that are also contributing within the country where I am currently living, called the United Kingdom. But as I said, we need fund, and fund is the only way we can be able to progress inside this organization. So, Owolafe, I want to hear who is going to help us, because we have done a lot of talking at the beginning of the first broadcast. Mo kí wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí bí a ṣe ń darapọ̀ àtẹ̀yìn tí ẹ tí lọ tẹ́lẹ̀. Mo kí wa pé à ń pariwo pa fẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Yes, we want to do so. We are going to do so, and we are going to leave. Election is no longer viable to help our people. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ mi lórí Facebook. I can see you coming in on the YouTube. And like I said, we are just literally about 40 minutes into the first broadcast. So, you know, the program runs very fast, I can tell you. So let's see how much hour we have, you know, at this particular junction. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa, happy Lishabi Day. There's also the coronation of our king, the Alaafin, the new one that is coming in. A lot of activities is going on back home today. We are not well funded, so we are not funded enough. I'm sure you might probably have to wait for the BBC Yoruba and the rest to tell you what is happening in Oyo State. We are preparing for more other events that is coming, and the little resources that we have, we cannot exhaust it in a place that nobody might also be funding it. About my funder, we put our team together, and they'll be making their way to do what they need to do best. So while we are waiting to see how we're going to raise more funds, we push it to at least 500,000. Probably maybe when I come back in the night, we will also be pushing it more. Okay, what we should be showing you now is our details, how you can help us. I'll be pushing that up on the screen. Let me bring my camera in as well. We are raising fund, and that is the thing that we are doing right now. Raising fund. We are raising fund. If you want to send your donation, it's voluntary. You can do so, and then you can also share the receipt with me. So that's what we're going to do for at least the next 20 minutes. Raising fund. All the account details are on the screen. If you are not too sure you can read it properly, do let me know. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá àtẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti dá sí. èyí tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí dá sí tí ẹni ẹ máa dá sí à ń dúró dè yín nígbàkigbà tẹ́ bá fẹ́ bá wa dá sí. It's not compulsory, but we believe that this organization needs all your assistance as we are also going to be traveling very soon for the second phase of our African trip. So it is important that we have fun. Without fun, we can't do much. Our African trip is getting ready, as the roll call will be out very soon. There's a lot of event coming up. Our night vigil will be up and running very soon, and there's also a lot of engagement that the media wants to do. So, Tobadi, an hour into the program, we would move again slightly into more conversation, maybe for another 30 minutes, then we come back again for donation. That is the only way you can help this organization, by funding it. If you want to call in, the studio number is right on the screen, +44 74 04405917. That is the number to the studio. If you have any question you want to ask pertaining to the movement, the one I can tell you I will. Or if you want to also say, this is what I will donate, but do not mention my name. Or if you also have a feedback, info@koikimedia.com. Every organization, yes, the email for the PayPal is working. musakalam1@yahoo.com is correct. Thank you so much, Simple Rahim. Morigbogbo Idati Wole, Ashiri Kokoeledumari, Ayinde Kamorodin, Mr. Ojo Adelabu. I hope I'm right with that name. Mokigbogbo Omo Yoruba. All right, not sure what happened. We lost the broadcast on the Koiki Media to do it. Not sure what happened there, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to let it be like that. I'll be updating the video later. Not sure what happened there, but we are still good on Facebook. Funding is very, very important. Every organization around the world, most of them that are big player, actually going to simple rhyme, and don't think that we need big money. No matter how small, it will help. So I should need 15 minutes for raising the fund. After 15 minutes, I will go back into the program. But for now, we are still waiting and talking about funding. Because organization kan láyé tó bá ti rí owó fi operate, that organization will go off the radar and you might not see them again. We do not pray that Koiki Media will be like that. So this is the first quarter of the year, because we're still in April. Every three months we will be doing this for 1 month, and we appreciate those of you that are helping us as well. If you also want to use the coffee boat, I will share the link as well. We have different ones that you can use to help us. There's one called the coffee, which is good to make payment to people like us that are working hard on a daily basis, so that it's just kind of to encourage us and say, we appreciate Koiki Media, we appreciate all other media that are doing what they love to do best in terms of creating awareness for the right of the Yoruba people to self-determination. So the coffee bot, I'll share the link in a minute. Bear with me. Those of you that knows how to send your support, and if you don't have anything to support, you can also do what we call pray. Prayer is also good. At least it protects us from the evil that doesn't want the truth. Kí Yorùbá lè bọ́. Many people around the world do not want Yoruba people to be free. And I'm being honest with us now. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìran Yorùbá kó free. So while we are waiting, I will be giving more update before the end of the program. Right now, we've only raised 150,000 naira. It's not a lot of money. It will not go anywhere. We need better funding to run this particular channel. So mo pray pé a lot of people will understand that donate to good journalism. Many independent media depend on you. We depend on you. We don't depend on the politician. We don't have any other means apart from you, our listeners that are watching us, following us, and contributing to make sure that we continue to do exactly what you want. So mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. This is the fundraising section of the year. We have done many in the past. We're grateful. The 2025 fundraising is what we are doing now. Abdullah say, God bless to all our donors. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń donate pátá. We are so happy. We're grateful to have you. We have just 12 minutes and I will be going back to the broadcast. But for now, we still have 12 minutes to raise money. Owó ṣe pàtàkì gan. Owó ní tó wọ́n bá sílé, there's little that you can do. If you can also help us, speak to Elon Musk to give us a full internet services just in case Nigeria shut it down. These are why we want you to also follow us on Twitter. If you have never been on Twitter, you don't even know what Twitter looks like, it is called the X. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ ní account because we can tell Elon Musk we don't know what might happen along the line, but we must prepare for everything for our outing, which is coming very soon. What outing are we talking about? Many of you are aware, many of you might not be aware. There will be a full night vigil of the Yoruba people that are demanding their exit out of Yoruba, out of Nigeria. And nobody can stop it. Nobody has the power to stop what is coming. Every part of Yoruba land, everybody must come out so that our right to self-determination can finally be completed. Self-determination can be shouted on social media, but the job needs to be on the ground to complete it. That is why we are encouraging everyone, wherever you are, to participate and join the movement. You must join the movement that is the better option than anybody talking about 2027. So I might share a link, the coffee boat as well. You click on that, you will be able to donate. It's very easy. We are running 3 YouTube channels. We have the backup Koiki Media, which is there in case of any incasity. We have the WD76, which is also there, great for us. And we have the Koiki Media, which is also available for every one of us. You must follow all this channel because we can broadcast from any one of them. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí o pé a kú palẹ̀ mọ́ Ọlọ́run mú ọjọ́ ní kíákíá. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń béèrè pé ọjọ́ wo ni, let's be patiently waiting for the announcement officially from the leader of the movement, Professor ADEBANJI Akintoye. A kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, a kí gbogbo wa pé ìran Yorùbá ò ní parẹ́, bí àwọn tó ń pètò pé kó parẹ́ kò ní parẹ́ o. They will try everything to destroy us by killing us using poisonous food, poisonous drugs, fake products. All these are also why we must review whether it is still worth it to be a Nigerian or we completely demand a complete Yoruba exit. Tinubu needs to understand that, and everybody needs to tell him that 2027 is not a solution. So we are still raising the funding, fundraising. Everybody does that. The mosque does it, the Christian does it, every media does it, the BBC does it as well. Most of the other media around the globe also have one way or the other to raise their fund. So mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, mo kí brother mi, mo kí yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko. So mo kí ìjọba Ìtàló, he has already sent his own donation. I've seen the receipt already. Thank you so much. And I believe yours has already been added to the one that we mentioned. I can see right in Oyo State on my other screen. Aláàfin for Oyo. Like I said, they could do better, but the media hasn't been very great. But we're happy that it is going well in Ibadan, in Oyo State, with the new Aláàfin that is coming in place. But again, they have not put enough effort for it. Tinubu divide Nigeria. That is the message from the Yoruba people. So, as I said, there's a lot and lot coming up. But most importantly, let the Yoruba people do not be deceived by any politician again that we should remain one Nigeria. Because solution we should stick together as one Nigeria. That is just one of the fraudulent things to be talking about at this particular time. We have been deceived for too long, and I believe nobody should deceive us again. We are much more smarter, and we should not be stupid to accept the stupidity that Nigeria will be great. Nigeria needs now to divide. So we are still about 10 minutes or so. After 10 minutes, I'll be going into the full program again. This is the part 2 for the day, and there might be part 3. So, Entofedasi, all the details are on the screen. We're trying our best to make it easy. Do you have a Cash App? We don't have that anymore, and I don't think Cash App is working in the UK. We don't have a Zelle at the moment, but we hope that very soon we will have Koiki Media registered in the United States of America, and we can then also have our own full account details right there. We would chase away Nigeria from Yoruba land. How are we going to do that? Educate Yoruba people, which is what we are doing right now. We would educate Gbogbomo Yoruba, Kakiri, Ibitobawa, to give them the difference between what Nigeria has done in their life and what Yoruba can do when we eventually have our own full independent country. So the Yoruba rally will be coming up. The night vigil will be coming up. Everybody must prepare for it. We are not, coup plotter like the previous military dictator like Buhari and every one of them. We are asking for Yoruba self-determination. 5 more minutes before we move out of here and then move back to conversation. We'll open the phone line. And Tebafi Dasi Lori Twitter space, be gearing up. If you have question, don't come and tell me who's going to be your leader. All these are stupid questions. What you should be asking is, what has the leader that you have right now done for your lives? Don't ask stupid question, but come and ask question that is pertaining to the movement. Àwọn kan tí ẹ fẹ́ béèrè, ẹ jẹ́ kó jẹ́ nǹkan tí ó ní làákàyè. Because I don't want you to come and tell me, oh, ṣé tá bá gba Yorùbá country, is it going to be the same politician? Well, that will be subject to what the constitution will say. We have a constitution that would have to be drafted, and those constitutions will be able to be used for the purpose of making a better Yoruba people for us. So right now, your constitution is fake, and it's not going to work. So while we are just 4 more minutes, these are the screen right there. We have the Ruba account as well. I need to add my Ruba into these as well, because many of you that wants to support us through the Ruba. If you want to also support through Safer, I have a Safer account. Let me know. I will give you the details of the Safer account as well. It is too late to restructure Nigeria. We are not one. The unity can never work. So the best option is to divide it. So we're going to say just 4 minutes and I'll switch the screen. I left the screen there because I want you to see it so that you can be able to pick the details, and maybe you can do it today or tomorrow. But this month is a month of fundraising. What is the fundraising for? To support Koiki Media, the media channel that is part of the Yoruba nation. Koiki Media that is working round the clock on a daily basis, giving us everything that we need to know pertaining the movement, international news, engagement, discussion, phone calls. All these is what Koiki Media stands for. So Koiki Media needs you now, and we pray that our needs that is reaching you will come as quickly as possible. We are saying that it is voluntary, but we hope that many of you will contribute towards it as well. So the Ko-fi link is already out there. You might not know what it looks like. Let's see if we can just capture that and bring it to your screen just for a few seconds before we move out of this and give it to you from another angle. So Moki Bugwale and as we say all the time, nobody should fool you again. We are at the end of Nigeria, and Nigeria will expire for the Yoruba people to leave. Bear with me, bear with us. Yoruba Nation Tiwani. Okay, so let me show you one screen quickly, and that is where the Ko-fi, where it is easy. The link is available. All these are part of how you can make very easy contribution, very straightforward. You can see there, it's called the Ko-fi bot. It is another thing that can be used to support not just myself, many people use it around the world. So Tebafi support, you can also use that if you're anywhere around the world. And if you're also in Africa, we have 2 different portals you can help us with. So we are just 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes, I'll return back to the full program. But for now, let me appreciate those of you that are still with us. Moki Bugua, as we are campaigning every day for Yoruba to be free, we hope those that are trying to bring it down will realize that it is not about me. I mean, it is about you and the rest of our 60 million Yoruba people that are currently facing a serious threat on our land. So Mokibugwalen can see. Okudie Kiyato Parasinueto, we are just a minute, and then after that I will take you back again to where we will continue the discussion. We might not stay 3 hours, maximum maybe 2 or less. So we have just a very short period to go back. While we are preparing you for that, and I think we can come out of that and tell you that I'll prepare you for this. Injatin Baradi, Injatin Murasile, Kini ipati wo ma ko nígbà tí àsìkò yẹn bá wọlé dé. What role are you going to play? You don't have to tell us all the roles that you plan to play, but we must all prepare for the Yoruba Nation rally that is coming up. Yoruba is not yet a country, for those that are already telling us that they have a country. We do not have anywhere in the world, leni, ọjọ́ karùn-ún, tó sọ pé Yoruba ti di country. And that is for those that are telling themselves that I want to declare, I want to be a country. All that is illusion. All that is just a propaganda. All that is just deceiving Yoruba people and putting their mind in what is their country. There is no Yoruba country right now today. I can tell you that. There is no document anywhere ní gbogbo àgbáyé tó sọ pé Nigeria ó ti ní kí kí Yoruba ti di country tiẹ̀, kò sí anywhere. There is no document. Nobody around the world has recognized Yoruba as a country as of today. And nobody can prove that as well. Eshegoni Babawa Taiwo Olaniwaju ni Koiki, no matter how small, I have also contributed into your fundraising. And yes, I can confirm that somebody sent us 2,000 naira. We're very grateful. It's like sending us 2 million. Eshegoni, if I have 1,000 people sending us 2,000, it goes a long way. We've received 10,000, we've received 30,000, 5,000, 5,000, 10,000, and I think our brother sent us 100,000 from the US. We are not collecting money because I am sick, because that is what people pay for. And to be sick, I do not want a kind of money like that. No. I don't want you to give me such money. I want you to fund this. Eshegoni Eiti Etin She Lotun Lose. We are grateful. You can share me your receipt and I'll appreciate it as well. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tó ṣì máa ṣe. So mo kí brother mi Abiodun ní UK. Mo ti rí ọwọ́ yín dáadáa, brother mi He was with me during the when IGBOHO was in London. He was carrying a camera all the way through during the party and during the rally. I did not pay him. He decided that that is his contribution. He paid for dinner. He paid for the fleece. The fleece is still available. Especially UK will be coming out for rally. America, Canada, and most countries around the world. People need to prepare for that as well. Tá bá ti jáde ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, àwa náà láti jáde ní gbogbo ibi tá bá wà. All these instructions will come properly from the leader of the movement, Professor ADEBANJI Akintoye. So let's wait for further instruction that will be passed down to all the medias, then to pass down to those of us. I expect that all the medias that are campaigning for Yoruba Nation, this is the time that they should be talking about the upcoming rallies. Some are doing it, while some are not. Why? I don't know. Gbogbo wa pátá, let me state it clearly, and I can state it authoritatively that IGBOHO has asked every one of us to go out there and prepare and promote the rally. So tí media kan bá promote, ó yẹ kẹ́ máa béèrè pé kí nìdí táwọn ṣe promote the upcoming rally. I am not the only one that they've told to go out, and IGBOHO had a meeting with every one of us to go and tell people to prepare for rally. So ó yẹ ká máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe máa promote rally yẹn pé kí ni reason? Ṣé wọ́n wà against rally ni? Ṣé wọ́n wà against IGBOHO ni? Ṣé wọ́n wà against Baba Akintoye? Because these are questions that we need to ask them. Because if the leader of the movement that we all say Agbafu, I'm talking about the Yoruba Nation media that are saying that they are doing Yoruba Nation. Tí Baba Akintoye ti ní ká lọ máa pariwo fún rally, IGBOHO ní ká lọ máa sọ̀rọ̀ rally, then they are not talking about the rally. And it makes it look like, bí a platform kan péré ló ń push for rally. No, I am not the one that is calling for rally. The rally is coming from our leaders. So it makes us wonder sometimes, pé ṣé gbogbo wa náà ni à ń ṣe movement yìí tọkàntọkàn? Yes, you can talk about all other things around your platform, but the rally should be the bulk of the conversation right now. Láti máa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbìyànjú pé rally ń bọ̀, olúkálukú lọ múra sílẹ̀. Mo kí yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí brother mi Abiodun, mo ti rí rìsíìtì yín náà, ṣé gan ni. But again, I can only talk for my platform. I do not have control over other platforms. But mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́yìn ọmọ Yorùbá máa gbọ́ pé gbogbo wa pátá, it does not matter where, I don't have to mention all their names, but gbogbo wa, including the world media, ni Olóyè Ìgbòho bá ṣe meeting pé ká sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé rally máa dé. Nígbà tó máa dé ni wọ́n sọ date. But it seems that not a lot of them are doing it. Gbogbo wa ló yẹ ká máa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa, ká encourage wọn kó máa dáwó sí YSDM to support it. Again, not a lot of people are doing it. All these will slow down the movement, but it cannot stop the movement. Ó lè slow it down, but kò lè stop it. Ó lè slow movement yẹn down, but kò lè stop it. All the Yoruba Nation media should be promoting our upcoming mega rally. But we know that not all of them are doing it. But like I said, it's not the time for that now. But mo kàn fẹ́ kó wà on record that we know that not all of them are some even disagree with the rally. Yes, I can tell you authoritatively. Àwọn kan tẹ́yìn ló ń wò, àwọn tẹ́ ń gbọ́ program wọn, some of them behind the closed door do not agree that we should come out for the rally. And the rally will lead to the next phase of what is going to happen. Because right now, we should not be talking about gbogbo Yorùbá kó tó wá lọ vote kankan. Voting is not what we should be talking about. So all we should be talking about right now as Yoruba people is we want Nigeria to be divided. Nothing more, nothing less. The number is on the screen below you. That's the studio number. If you have any contribution, all we are discussing now is how we are going to leave this shithole country. It's a shithole. Do not be deceived. It is a full shit hole and it will never work. And the end of Nigeria is where we are right now. It will end. You cannot stop it. Nobody can stop it. Kò sẹ́ni tó lè stop pé ní Nigeria kó má pín. It is too late for that now. They can try, but they cannot stop it. They can bring all manners of people to disrupt it. They cannot stop it. Ẹ̀rí pé nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ movement, mo kí ẹ Tokyo 778. Irú wa ògiri wa, all manners of different people ló wá. Some of them are faced off, they're gone. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀, àwọn ọmọ àlè Yorùbá, you're right, Àrólé Odùduwà TV. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní UK, mo kí, Triple DRS. Many of you, we don't mention your names, but we know that you're listening, you're watching. Ẹlòmíì ò comment, but wọ́n wà lábẹ́ ètò, using either fake account or real account. But one thing is, Nigeria will have to divide. There is no doubt about it. It has to divide. So while we are still waiting to continue the discussion, we will continue to encourage ourselves as well not to give up. Wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kó sú wa so that we can give up. Ká sọ pé ṣe Yorùbá nation mọ́. And tẹ́ bá lọ gbọ́ Bàbá Akintoye all the time. Bàbá always say that kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ lè sọ sóhun tóun máa give up pé kí Yorùbá kó má gba country yẹn. That is why we love Professor Akintoye. We love him so much and we appreciate the great work he's doing on our behalf. He's a leader that has encouraged us and we are going to remember him for a very long time. He's 90 years old. Let us always remember that. Baba is 90 years old. Let's listen to him right here. When we registered with the UNPO sometime in 2019 as the beginning, the journey, àwọn tí wọ́n jọ bẹ̀rẹ̀, some of them had a different agenda. They decided that they don't want to work with Baba Akintoye. Not that Baba Akintoye is not a good man, but agenda táwọn yẹn fi gbé wá, Baba Akintoye do not want to accept it. Some of them thought that they can use the Yoruba nation to bring into politics. And Baba Akintoye said no. Yes, Baba Akintoye said that Tinubu has the right to be president. There's no doubt about it. If Buhari can be president, Tinubu also have the right to be president. But Tinubu has been president now, but it has been disaster. It has been one problem or the other. And for Tinubu now, it will be in his own interest. In his own interest to allow Nigeria to dissolve. That is his own interest. But if Tinubu is still pushing the agenda, let's stick to one Nigeria, let's hold on to one Nigeria, then there is likely to be imminent crisis around every part of Nigeria because Yoruba nìkan ló ń pè fún the dissolution of Nigeria. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti dá sí. If you need the account details, let me know in the comment section. I will give it to you. So, ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́ tí Baba Akintoye sọ ní UNPO as we registered back then.
The Yoruba-speaking tribe of Nigeria has been accepted as the 45th member of the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization. Leader of the Yoruba World Congress, Professor Banji Akintoye, says the membership represents a very important step in the collective quest of well-meaning Yoruba people to achieve the goal of dignity and self-determination.
It is my great pleasure and pride to inform you that the Yoruba nation has been admitted to the membership of UNPO. UNPO means Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization, with its headquarters in The Hague. The UNPO expressed their gladness to welcome the Yoruba nation as a new member of UNPO, and they are looking forward to working with us. It is important because it is a great stride and it represents a very important step in our collective quest to achieve the goal of dignity in the country in which we live, and also to achieve the goal of self-determination for our nation. Our Yoruba nation now has a voice on the international stage via the machinery of the UNPO, which maintains a permanent presence before the United Nations and before other international agencies like the European Union, the African Union, the United States government, and the governments of various other countries across the world.
That was the beginning and the journey of the Yoruba nation. Mo kí our grace Oluwole. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yoruba, including my families, my wives, my children, my mom. Mo kí the YSDM. Mo kí gbogbo groups from everyone, whether we mention your name or not. Every group is important. Akúṣẹ́ takuntakun, akúpalẹ̀mọ́, adébáwaláyọ̀, ẹ̀mí wọ̀ ní jásí nǹkan tá à ń ṣe. Amen. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Australia, New Zealand, Belgium, Austria, Switzerland. Bàbá wa kan wà ní Switzerland. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátá, whether you agree with Yoruba nation or not. But I'm sure we can see that Tinubu now is in serious danger inside a one Nigeria. Tinubu is in a serious danger inside a one Nigeria. The question is, what is he going to do? Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń bẹ ní ìlú Ìbàdàn, a kú oríire tèní, ọba wa tuntun, Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́. Wow, today is a very beautiful day for the Yoruba people. We are grateful to have a new king, the Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́, the 46th Aláàfin, as event is unfolding, but I am not happy that it has not been done choreographically properly well. It could have been better. But again, it's because our Nino Nigeria is Imperial Majesty Oba Akim Owode. We are happy that today is a day to be excited. This is the day that Yoruba people should be happy, but I am not, because the Fulani controls every part of Yoruba land. And we are praying and hoping that this new reign of this our king will bring something different on the table, and what? The Yoruba exit out of Nigeria. That is the only message that I have for the new king. He needs to start working on how the Yoruba people will gain their right to self-determination. Those in America are just fully waking up. This is our second program for the day. We've done it 3 hours, and this is the part 2. We will not be tired. We will not feel tired talking about what we love to do best, Yoruba nation. Nigeria is not a country.
There is no land called Nigeria. There is no language called Nigeria. There are no people called Nigerians. We are only deceiving ourselves.
We are not Nigerian.
Okay, where is Nigeria? Where is the land called Nigeria? What is the Nigerian language? We are nations that had been forced together to live in one pathetic country. So anybody who goes there today to say pray for Nigeria, that person is just deceiving himself, because the people who want to be that Nigeria had not sat down to agree if they want to be Nigeria.
Let's listen.
There is no land called Nigeria. There is no language called Nigeria. There are no people called Nigerians. We are only deceiving ourselves.
We are not Nigerian.
Okay, where is Nigeria where is the land called Nigeria? What is the Nigerian language? We are nations that had been forced together to live in one pathetic country. So anybody who goes there today to say pray for Nigeria, that person is just deceiving himself, because the people who want to be that Nigeria had not sat down to agree if they want to be Nigeria.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Odua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end. Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Odua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
We have problems in the land, and the problems, I want to say this, I might be off the cuff, is because of our constitution. Also, Nigeria is not operating any constitution known to honesty, entrenched in group faith, brought about by unanimity of the people, acceptable to federalism, and again, that is also, we also have that problem in the judiciary because of the Nigerian situation. We have a unitary system. That's what we run. Hydra-headed. Don't let us pretend. And I've said it over and over. And I'll continue to say it. And that's unitarism. Has also crept into the judiciary. Today, the entire Nigerian judiciary is unitarized. The Supreme Court is federal. Federal Court of Appeal, the Court of Appeal is federal. Federal High Court is federal. FCT is federal. National Industrial Court is federal. Customary Court of Appeal of the Federal High Court is federal. Sharia Court of Appeal of the Federal High Court is federal. All jurisdictions. That the Coyote Church of this world, that the Operators of this world, that the bailiffs of this world, when they were in their respective high courts, exercised, making the law to be profound, succulent, rich, exciting, they are now vested in the different federal high court or federal courts. We're talking of how to reform the system. There is no justification in a state, in a nation like Nigeria, purporting to practice federalism, where even the Supreme Court should be overburdened with unnecessary jurisdiction in respect of land matters from Yoruba land, respect of divorce, respect of family matters, citizenship matters. How do they know? I don't want us to be deceiving ourselves. Assuming I'm even appointed to the Supreme Court today, I'm above the age, but assuming, and I'm sitting there, and you bring a matter on appeal in respect of Kanuri native law and custom, or Igbo native law and custom, or Igbo land tenure system, and I sit there, and I'm writing judgment. I'm a Yoruba man. What do I know about that? Those kind of cases to stop at the state, either Court of Appeal or Supreme Court. Go to the United States of America. Each state has its own Supreme Court. We are running into trouble. We are inching there, and time is not in our favor. And I'm not tickled by what the National Assembly is doing. They are not being fair to themselves. They are not being fair to us. They claim to be amending the Constitution. What are they amending? And I want to repeat it. Do you amend something that is not amendable? When you want to amend the Constitution, by the way, Lati, where do you start? You start from the preamble. With the people? Oh yes, they have to amend it. Why are they running away from it? If they cannot amend the preamble, if the preamble is not amendable, then it means the Constitution is not amendable. Come on, they have to start from it. Do you start reading your letter from the back page? Do you? No, they have to start from the preamble. That means the preamble is fake. We the people, who are the we? When did we meet? And why can't we do it? I'm studying the constitutions of the world. And I say this also with every sense of humility. There's no constitution that is near as fake, near as deceitful, near as make-believe in nature and in content as the constitution, as what we call the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended.
Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú lápárapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand. Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú lápárapọ̀ dá dúró Yorùbá nation will stand.
À ń fi àsìkò yìí ṣe ìkéde fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ láti gbáradì fún àwọn ìwọ́de tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà nípa pàtàkì orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá nation àti wípé ìdí tí a fi gbọdọ̀ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpínlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìwọ́de yìí náà ni a máa ṣe káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire bí tí bàbá wa onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ emeritus professor ADEBANJI Akintoye yóò ṣe olùdarí rẹ̀. Ọdún 2025 yìí náà ni yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀, a sì máa kàn sí wa nípa oṣù àti gbogbo ohun tí a bá fẹ́ mọ̀. Olùkéde Ọláyọmí Kóìkí, agbẹnusọ fún olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho.
tẹ̀lé lórí so gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtọ́bá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti ìjòyè wọ́n láwọn ọ̀fọ́ra mọ́ kí Fúlàní máa jí wa gbé wọ́n mọ jẹ oko wa kọ́ mọ dà wá láàmú.
Akọni nínú ìyàwó. Ẹgbẹ́ kò Sunday mi. Akọni tó ń yọni léwu tó ń gbani sílẹ̀ lójú ogun. Òun náà pè lálágbára. Mo mẹ́wé mo mẹ́kò mo lóògùn tó ń jẹ. Níwọ̀n bá ní o ṣe níwájú ìbò. Lẹ́lẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Lẹ́lẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Lẹ́lẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Àtìyá o.
Ẹ jẹ́ a jáde, ẹ máa bọ̀ ń ta kí a ṣe kí ni o, kàtúyàyà. Let's come out and showcase ourselves.
Welcome back once again. It's still the Saturday broadcast, the part 2, as we continue. This is the time that I will be coming out more and my team. This is not the time that I'm here at this program. Oh, no, we will be coming out frequently. We will be having audio released by my team, and I guess we should have one for us now. So while I can just stretch my leg, I can prepare you for. This is one of our team that are working around the clock as we continue to try to bring everything that will make it possible. So audio Tefe Boy, this is one of our team that we have added to Koiki Media, and very soon, this is the first time Tema audio here. So there will be more of this coming out. Make sure, because I have a lot of audios so that I get the right one out for us. So we are working around the clock, adding more input to what we are doing and what we are doing already. So Mokiba Bawa, Professor ADEBANJI Akintoye, Moki Yawa Olanrewaju, Mori comment Ilenkan. Moki brother Metaiwo Olanrewaju as well. No, I think Entimofeke Moti comment Olenkan. Moki Baba mi Joseph Oboye. One Yoruba nation must stand no matter what. Moki Yawa Lola Morufat, yes. Moki brother mi Babawa Waris Jinodu. Moki Ashabe, Aki gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ Adekirawa náà pa kú oríire fún iṣẹ́ takun tí à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ lórí pé kí Yorùbá lè dá dúró. So mo ń bọ̀ jẹ́ kí n wá audio yẹn síta. Okay, I've seen the audio. So we will get this audio to you, and then These are part of what Koiki Media is preparing. So, ẹni tó lè wo live wa, wá ṣá lè gbọ́ audio wa. All these will help as well. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́tí darapọ̀ mọ́ wa náà. Ìyá mi Awóníyì, ẹ má bínú àmọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Broadcast yẹn cut out lórí software tá a ti ń ṣe. Ìyẹn la ṣe láti gbé wá sórí screen. But tẹ bá fẹ́ gbádùn ẹ̀, tẹ máa rí nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ní background and all that. Ẹ lọ sáwọn channels wa tó kù tí ẹ ti máa rí wò. But for now, ojú mi nìkan lẹ máa rí ẹ̀yin tẹ wà níbí báyìí. At least it's better than pé ká má go live. So mo kí mọ́mì, grandma Awóníyì, mo kí yín, àwọn grandchildren. Wọ́n ti wà lọ́lídé ní wíìkì náà. Àwọn tèmi náà ti wà lọ́lídé, wọ́n ní pẹ́ wọlé nísìn. And you know, but we have to do what we have to do. So, kọ́tẹ̀ dípọ́ máa wọlé, ìkọ́tà bá ti wọlé, I have to stop the program. But for now, let's keep the push. So, mo fẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ audio yìí tí tíìmù wa kan ṣe fún wa. This is one out of many of our team members that have joined us. And audio is essential. Ocean send. All right. Ocean send. Kò ní pẹ́ send ìtàn. Benefit tó wà ní pé kí Yorùbá dá dúró ó pọ̀ gan. Ó pọ̀ gan. Kódà ẹ rántí pé a sọ pé àwọn UK na àwọn European countries wọ́n ní káwọn ọmọ wọn kọ́ lọ máa múra sílẹ̀ fún ogun tó ń bọ̀. They have 420 million European citizens across board. And they're telling them we kọ́ lọ múra sílẹ̀. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn grandma lọ́tún lósì, mo kẹ́yìn grandpa. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Kò sẹ́ tó lè dárìn àjò ìdúró, not even myself. We are moving out of Nigeria. We will exit Nigeria, whatever and however you want to talk about it. Kolukaluku lọ múra sílẹ̀. Tinubu cannot stop it. No matter what his strategy is, we are not waiting for him to put us more in danger. Okay, bí a can play láti bí by instead mo fẹ́ gbé wá sórí speaker ni ìyẹn mo ṣe because ó máa kí ló tó wá delay bẹ́ẹ̀. It's too much going on my phones. Let me refresh them. We are still raising funds. So in the next 30 minutes again, we go back to our fundraising. We are 1 hour, 30 minutes into the broadcast already. So mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Mo kàn fẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́. All right, ó ti land sí bíbá. So let me play it now. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mú speaker mi jáde so that kí a lè jọ gbọ́. That way I can just stretch my leg a little bit. So that this is like benefit of so taba àwọn audio yìí nísìn a máa release ẹ̀ síta. Tẹ́ bá ti ń bá wa pàdé àwọn audio yìí, ẹ máa bá wa send ẹ̀ sáwọn èèyàn, especially àwọn family yín nílé tí wọ́n ní data tó pọ̀. A ní nǹkan kan tó ń pè ní MixLR. I have talked about it all the time, but we are not getting enough people to go and listen because ẹ̀yin kan share link yẹn síta. Tẹ́ bá share síta, ó máa easy fún àwọn family yín láti lọ gbọ́ wa. But tẹ́ ẹ bá share, then you are not helping your family. And I pray that many of our families will be well aware pé rally ń bọ̀. Kò rally ń bọ̀ o, kò sẹ́ni tó máa dá dúró o. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí tí mọ̀ pé rally ń bọ̀. So ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ audio yẹn. Let me take off my Wi-Fi so that Kamal on my back call while the audio is going on. Below again, listen. What happened again? Ẹ má bínú. Okay, kò lọ ṣá. Kí ló tó ń delay? Okay, ó ti lọ nísìn. So once again, a very good afternoon. Mo kí bàbá wa Fáṣọlá, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà l'Ékìtì, mo kí l'Ondo State, mo kí yín ní Italy, mo kí yín ní Greece, mo kí àwọn tó wà ní Jerusalem, mo kí àwọn tó wà ní Egypt, Oman, Qatar, mo kí àwọn tó wà ní all part of Yoruba land. Okay, call kan fi wọlé so yẹ ká sáré gba call yẹn. Mo mọ̀ bí ẹni ẹ fi dá okay, well, that's it. Anyway, let me take it off for now. So ẹ yẹ ká sáré gbọ́ this particular audio. So we're doing a lot from our own studio. We are trying to expand the scope. Mo kí bàbá mi ADEBANJI, mo kẹ́yìn tá wà ní France. Baba mi show them the Muki. So we're trying to expand our scope so that the reach of Koiki Media only penetrate the message of Yoruba nation, the message of Oduduwa Republic, only de gbogbo every part of the community. Ẹni tó lè wo 3, 5, 6 hours video, ó jẹ́ kán lè gbọ́ wa. Tó bá wá gbọ́, wọ́n máa ní àwọn ìbéèrè tó máa béèrè. Inú àwọn ìbéèrè yẹn lẹ́yìn máa padà wá sọ fún wa pé Koiki. All right, bí Akin, I don't know why it's ẹrù ti pọ̀jù lórí phones in it. All these phones needs better upgrade. But any láti upgrade ilé kí n tó travel again because stress yẹn máa ti pọ̀jù. Mo lè fẹ́ ká gbọ́ lórí speaker ni, so I don't know if I can pair my ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀rún bí mo lè pair phone yẹn mọ́ speaker. Let me do that because I can try láti pair. It's not easy doing this job. These are the technical know-how. Okay. Let me see if I can pick it from my phone, from my iPhone. All right. LGT remote. Okay. I'm not being sure. I can have something just to keep us engaged. I don't know why this, phone here, ẹrù ti pọ̀jù lórí ẹ̀. Okay, message that I receive huge message ní lójoojúmọ́. It's not like the messages that you receive. Message that you receive kò lè dàbí tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa, so problem tá máa ní nìyẹn. So that's why it's like if you don't have a good phone, if you're receiving over 5,000 messages in a week, put them at the bell or yourself anyway. All right. I don't know what's going on. All right. I'm going to play without the speaker anyway, so let's just go and play without the speaker. I should add it, I don't know. It might be about 5-10 minutes. So this is Tebade Button. I need the feedback. My release audio and sit and listen now as well. I need the feedback. If you need feedback, we love feedback on this channel. We love your feedback. So
Ètò ni Yoruba Nation òmìnira fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Orúkọ mi ni Asaye Bankole láti iléeṣẹ́ Koiki Media International, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Ní orí ètò tí a ṣe kọjá, a dárúkọ òmìnira, ẹni tí òmìnira jẹ́, a sì gbìyànjú láti ṣàlàyé kókó ohun tí òmìnira jẹ́, a sì mú àpẹẹrẹ wá nínú Bíbélì nípa àwọn ọmọ Hébérù bí Ọlọ́run ṣe gbà wọ́n là kúrò lọ́wọ́ ìṣìrú Íjíbítì. A sì ṣàlàyé fún wa torí Ọlọ́run ó ṣèlérí fún wọn láti ní orílẹ̀-èdè tuntun tí wọ́n ó dá dúró, tí wọ́n bọ́ lọ́wọ́ ìyà. Gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni Ọlọ́run fi fún wa ní ìlérí tí ó ṣèlérí fún wa wípé Yorùbá pé kí àwa náà ní orílẹ̀-èdè tiwa. Ọlọ́run náà tún ṣèlérí fún wa wípé kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kí a ní orílẹ̀-èdè tiwa nítorí pé ìyà yìí ti pọ̀ jù. Nítorí Ọlọ́run ti rí gbogbo àwọn ìyà tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀, àwọn ìpààyàn, àwọn oríṣiríṣi bíba ọrọ̀ ajé jẹ́, ọ̀wọ́n gógó ohun, bí ìgbé ayé bí ó ṣe dẹrùn fún wa. Torí náà ni Ọlọ́run fi ṣèlérí tí ó sì gbé àwọn ènìyàn kàǹkà kalẹ̀ láti dá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, that is Yoruba Nation. Torí náà a ṣàlàyé ohun tí òmìnira jẹ́. Ní òní, a ó máa ṣàlàyé fún wa àwọn àǹfààní tí a ó rí nínú Yoruba Nation. Tí a bá dá Yoruba Nation sílẹ̀, tí a bá dá dúró, àwọn àǹfààní wo la ó rí nípa ti ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ni, nípa ti ètò ìṣúná, nípa ti ètò ààbò àti oríṣiríṣi, nípa ti ètò àṣà wa. Nítorí náà, a ó máa ṣàlàyé fún yín ní ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan àwọn àǹfààní tí a ó rí nínú Yorùbá nation. Ṣùgbọ́n ní òní a ó máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ètò ààbò, torí pé a rí wípé ètò ààbò yìí gangan ló ṣe kókó. Tí ò bá sí ààbò, tilé toko kò ní rọrùn o. Àti lọ ibiṣẹ́ á dìṣòro, ìpànìyàn á wà, ẹ̀rù á wà ní ọkàn àwọn ènìyàn, àti ran àwọn ènìyàn lọ́wọ́ àti ṣe àwọn ohun rere kò ní wá sí ọkàn wa. Ìbẹ̀rù ni a ó máa bẹ̀rù, àti wípé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tí ó yẹ kí wọ́n jẹ́ ọjọ́ ọ̀la orílẹ̀-èdè, tí ò bá sí ààbò tó péye, wọ́n pa wọ́n. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn àǹfààní tí a ó rí nínú pé tá a bá dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí Yorùbá nation nípa ti ààbò, a ó rí pé ààbò wa a ó mú ní ọ̀kúnkúndùn. Kò ní sí ìpànìyàn bí ó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè tí wọ́n pè ní Nàìjíríà. Kò ní sí ìpànìyàn, kò ní sí pé à ń bẹ̀rù pé à ń lọ sí oko, à ń bẹ̀rù pé àwọn Fúlàní, àwọn Fúlàní herdsmen àbẹ́ ẹnìkan wọ́n fẹ́ bẹ́ wọn lórí, wọ́n fẹ́ bẹ́ wọn lọ́rùn. Kò ní sí pé à ń ba àwọn nǹkan ọ̀gbìn wa jẹ́. Kò ní sí pé ẹ̀rù ń ba lágbájá o láti lọ ibiṣẹ́, tí ò ní sí assurance, tí ò ní sí ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ wípé yóò padà sílé. Ṣùgbọ́n tí a bá ní Yorùbá nation kò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ètò ààbò a ó mú lọ́kùnkúndùn, kò ní sí ìpànìyàn, nítorí pé a dára wa mọ̀, torí pé a mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yà kan ni wá, a lè para wa. Tí Yorùbá nation bá wà, kò ní sí pé ìpànìyàn, kò ní sí ìpànìyàn rárá, nítorí pé a nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wa. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé adìyẹ ò kì í ṣe kíni, adìyẹ ò ń jẹ fún ara wọn. Torí náà ọkàn gbogbo ènìyàn á balẹ̀, ọkàn tẹrú tará, ọkùnrin obìnrin, ọkàn wa á balẹ̀. A tún lè jẹ́ ká ronú gan láti wà innovative, tá ò máa dá nǹkan tuntun ṣe. Àti wípé tí Yorùbá nation bá dá wà, tí Yorùbá nation bá wà, a ó dá gbogbo àwọn ètò bíi ilé ìtàn ṣe Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, àwa náà a ó ní ọlọ́pàá tiwa, a ó ní sójà tiwa, tí wọ́n máa, àwọn sójà nǹkan tá a máa ṣe ni pé ti Yorùbá nation wọ́n á máa guide against external aggression. Wọn ò ní jẹ́ kí ogun etílé àbí ogun ẹ̀yìn ilé kó jà wá lórí Yorùbá nation. Kò ní síbẹ̀. Ètò ààbò á dáa. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá wa náà ti di Yorùbá, tí Yorùbá nation bá dá dúró, àwọn ọlọ́pàá wa náà wọ́n máa ṣe ètò ààbò yóò máa dára. Kò ní sí pé ẹnìkan ń jí nǹkan èèyàn, kò ní sí pé wọ́n kidnap èèyàn, kò ní sí pé wọ́n ajínigbé, ò ní sí. Ọkàn gbogbo wa balẹ̀. Tí Yorùbá nation bá wà, kò ní sí gbogbo ìpànìyàn. Ẹ ṣáà ń rí lórílẹ̀-èdè tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà, ẹ ṣáà rí wọ́n ṣe ń para wọn dànù. Àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí wọ́n pa ti ẹrú tará nígbè èèyàn. Àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa wọ́n lọ oko, wọ́n á kàn máa pa wọ́n bí ẹran. Ṣùgbọ́n tí Yorùbá nation bá wà, kò ní sírú ẹ̀. Kò ní sírú. Ètò ààbò á dáa, ọkàn wa á balẹ̀. Ọkàn wa á balẹ̀, kò ní sí pé à ń sá lọ òkè òkun, kò ní sí pé à ń sá lọ pé kíní, pé à ń wá greener pasture, à ń wá ilẹ̀ tó lọ́ràá. Torí pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wa lọ́ràá. Nítorí náà ètò ààbò á mú lọ́kùnkúndùn. Ọkàn gbogbo wa balẹ̀ tí Yorùbá nation bá wà. Tí ètò ààbò rẹ̀ á ní àǹfààní. Ṣèbí ẹ rí bí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà, ọkàn gbogbo ènìyàn ò balẹ̀. Ní báyìí tó bá rìn ní àṣálẹ́ gan, ó máa wẹ̀yìn bóyá ẹnìkan ń bọ̀, bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ wá lu nǹkan mọ́ ọ lórí. Ṣùgbọ́n kò ní sí èyí, ọkàn wa á balẹ̀. Tí Yorùbá nation bá wà, kò ní sí èyí, ọkàn wa á balẹ̀. Kò ní sí gbọ́n mi sí omi ò tó. Nítorí wípé a ó mọ́ra wa. Ọlọ́pàá wà, ọlọ́pàá Yorùbá wà, sójà Yorùbá wà. Nítorí náà gbogbo àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa, nǹkan ọ̀gbìn wa yóò máa dára. Kò ní sí pé wọ́n ń ba nǹkan ọ̀gbìn jẹ́, kò ní sí pé wọ́n ń ba àwọn àlùmọ́ọ́nì jẹ́, àwọn tí ìjọba ṣe, kò ní sí pé wọ́n fọ́ epo, kò ní sí pé wọ́n ba iná jẹ́. Nítorí náà ọkàn gbogbo wa balẹ̀. Àǹfààní yìí ó dára tí Yorùbá nation bá wà. Security will be very, very assured. Gbogbo ẹ̀mí àti ara wa àti dúkìá wa, gbogbo rẹ̀ ní ètò ààbò á wà fún. Torí náà Yorùbá nation tiwa ni o. ẹ jẹ́ ká máa jìjàǹgbara láti ní orílẹ̀-èdè kó ká dá dúró kẹsì máa fi àdúrà àwọn gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń jàjàgbara àwọn ọ̀gá wa ní òkè tó ń jàjàgbara fún Yorùbá nation wípé kí Ọlọ́run kó ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ nítorí pé Ọlọ́run ti rí wípé àkókò ti tó láti bọ́ kúrò nínú ìyà yìí, àkókò ti tó, àwọn ènìyàn wa tán ti pa ti tó. Torí náà tí Yorùbá nation wà, ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ á wà fún tẹrú tará, kò ní sí ìpànìyàn, ọkàn gbogbo wa balẹ̀. Torí náà níbí ni a ó fi àdàbà ètò náà rọ̀ sí fún tòní. Ní ọ̀la ẹ jẹ́ ká tún pàdé, a ó tún máa sọ àwọn àǹfààní tó tún wà ní pé tí ètò ààbò sí, a ó máa jẹ́ kí ẹ mọ̀. Nítorí náà ẹ ṣeun tí ẹ gbọ́ wa, ẹ sì máa share, ẹ like Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Nítorí náà mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọ̀gá wa ní ilé-iṣẹ́ Koiki Media International. Ẹ ṣé fún àkókò yìí, ẹ ṣeun. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti gbogbo wa ni o, ẹ máa gbàdúrà fún òmìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, òmìnira, òmìnira, òmìnira.
Well, that is going to be coming up. I'll play the second one. Eléyìí our new broadcast that will be released weekly. We are making new innovative from this channel so that tell me about see live. Ẹ̀rín kankan tẹ́ máa gbọ́. So ẹ jẹ́ ká play. Again, we have our news bulletin that are coming out in Yoruba and in English. But tẹ́nitẹ́ gbọ́tọ̀ yẹn lórí Yoruba Nation benefit nìkan lẹ́ máa gbọ́. So mo fẹ́ fún yín ní ti our media one that released ní àná, which is like the Koiki Media news bulletin in English. Màá play the second part of the benefit of Yoruba Nation from one of our new entry. Ìkan náà àwọn staff wa tí à ń mú jáde pé kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lè máa jàǹfààní ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ ti eléyìí tí ó ń bọ̀ yìí náà. I think this one I can play through this now because eléyìí tí wà lórí channel wa níbí báyìí. Because speaker yìí mo máa ń like with the speaker is much better. Mo kí gbogbo wa. So mo need the feedback lórí ẹni tẹ́ gbọ́ lẹ́ǹkan yẹn. A máa play your kan sí later. So ẹ fún wa ní feedback. Kí lẹ fi ìpà tún lè add to it. Kí lẹ fi ìpà lè yọ nínú ẹ̀. Gbogbo yẹn náà wà very important. Ṣé òun lè lè ṣá?
Orí ètò Koiki Media lá.
Ìtẹ́mi record eléyìí. So ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ eléyìí tí ó jẹ́ news bulletin wa. I hope we máa download.
Good evening. Here's the news on Koiki Media. First, the headlines. Court bars Natasha Akpabio from public comment on ongoing case. Political advisor resigns from Tinubu administration. Tragedy in Lagos as explosion rocks a Yoruba, leaving one dead. Now the news in details. I am Titilafa Dapo. The Federal High Court in Abuja has issued a restraining order barring all parties involved in the legal disputes between Natasha Akpoti-Idoahan and Senate President Godswill Akpabio from making public statements or granting press interviews on the matter. The ruling, delivered on Friday by Justice Binta Iyako, followed complaints that the plaintiff Akpoti-Idoahan had been making television appearances to discuss the ongoing case. During the court session, Kehinde Ogunwumijo, counsel to Akpabio, informed the judge that his client was concerned about the plaintiff's public commentary, arguing that such actions could influence public perception and undermine the legal process. In response, Justice Iyako issued a directive that all parties and their legal representatives must refrain from discussing the case with the media until further notice. The Special Advisor on Political Matters in the Office of the Vice President, Dr. Akin Ahmed, has resigned after 17 months in office. Appointed in September 2023, Baba Ahmed represented the presidency at various public engagements. Sources within the presidency confirmed his resignation, stating that he cited personal reasons without further details. It remains unclear whether the presidency has officially accepted his resignation. In a devastating turn of events, a powerful explosion has just rocked the Idiaraba area of Lagos State, claiming the life of one person. Wikimedia confirms that the blast occurred at a local scrap metal yard earlier today. According to preliminary findings, the incident happened when traders at the yard were handling a suspicious metallic object believed to be an explosive device. The object reportedly detonated while being caught, instantly causing chaos and a fatality on the spot. The mining marshals have successfully shut down an illegal mining site and arrested 3 foreign nationals in Rafingabas, a community in Kokona local government area, Nasarawa State. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Dele Alake, confirmed the operation in a statement released by his Special Assistant on Media, Segun Tomori, in Abuja on Thursday. Alake described the operation as a significant step towards sanitizing the mining sector and combating criminal activities threatening Nigeria's mineral wealth. China has announced a new round of retaliatory tariffs, imposing an additional 34% duty on imports from the United States. The move intensifies the ongoing trade dispute between the two world's largest economies. The Chinese Ministry of Commerce made the announcement on Friday, citing it as a direct response to the 34% tariffs introduced by US President Donald Trump earlier in the week as part of his aggressive trade strategy. The new Chinese tariffs are set to take effect from April 10. And here's the news. Wikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
So that is the English version of the Koiki Media as we continue to give you all these development. I don't know which one is this.
Wọ́n ti ń dọ́gbọ́n kó
Ẹ̀hẹ́dà gbélé mi bọ̀.
bọ̀dí àràbà o, àwọn Fúlàní tí kó bọ́ọ̀bù bọ̀dí àràbà o, ẹ má sùn ní Mushin o, à ń pariwo tó o. Àwọn Fúlàní tẹ́rọ́rìsì wọ́n ti kó bọ́ọ̀bù bọ̀dí àràbà o. Ìkan ló ń blast yẹ̀wù rèé o, ṣẹ́rí o, bọ́ọ̀bù rèé o, à ń sọ fún yín tó o, Fúlàní ti wọ̀ wá láàrin tẹ́rọ́rìsì ni wọ́n o. Àwọn olóṣèlú ló gbà wọ́n láyè, àwọn Tinubu ọgbọ́n ló gba Fúlàní láyè kó máa pa wálẹ̀ Yorùbá o. Ẹ má sùn o, ẹ dira gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ má sùn o, à ń sọ fún yín o.
Ẹ ká gbọ́ clip yẹn sí lẹ́ẹ̀kan látọ̀dọ̀ brother mi Napashe.
Good evening.
Wọ́n ti ń dọ́gbọ́n kó bọ́ọ̀bù bọ̀dí àràbà o, àwọn Fúlàní tí kó bọ́ọ̀bù bọ̀dí àràbà o, ẹ má sùn ní Mushin o, à ń pariwo tó o. Àwọn Fúlàní tẹ́rọ́rìsì wọ́n ti kó bọ́ọ̀bù bọ̀dí àràbà o. Ìkan ló ń blast yẹ̀wù rèé o, ṣẹ́rí o, bọ́ọ̀bù rèé o, à ń sọ fún yín tó o, Fúlàní ti wọ̀ wá láàrin tẹ́rọ́rìsì ni wọ́n o. Àwọn olóṣèlú ló gbà wọ́n láyè, àwọn Tinubu ọgbọ́n ló gba Fúlàní láyè kó máa pa wálẹ̀ Yorùbá o. Ẹ má sùn o, ẹ dira gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ má sùn o, à ń sọ fún yín o.
Well, I hope we máa gbọ́. That is up to everybody to know that we are in full-blown danger. I think we should listen to this, another one, Kafi audio yẹn sílẹ̀. So we will be releasing these audios, which is the benefit. Okay? Simple Rahim. Okay, phone mi yẹn ti wà ní kitchen. Ẹ má bínú. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ebi náà ti ń wà lára báyìí. So wọ́n dọ́gbọ́n ọ̀rá dín dòdò. Ìdí mo dín lánàá, ọmọ òdu ọ̀jẹ́ kí n gbádùn ẹ̀, òun ló jẹ́. Ẹ má bínú sí mi. Simple Rahim, thank you so much. Yes, Simple Rahim donation has come through. We're very grateful. It's a big donation. Àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Ẹni tó bá ní di account wa láti fi support wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ bàbá wa yìí, Chief Tola Adeniyi. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ Hausa mọ́. The Hausa has been killed. They've been taken out of their land. So there's nothing called Hausa anymore. So let's listen to him and I'll come back on my seat as well later.
They drink, they fornicate, they do all the things that all human beings do. So it's not a question of religion. There's no question of anybody being truly a Muslim there. You know, even I knew a chief judge who was supposed to be leading Muslim prayers, who, anytime he came to me in my official residence, would put a brandy or whiskey in a mug and be drinking, and they would smoke and all that. So I don't think it's religion. When they started this Sharia, how many of them are obeying the Sharia? How many of them? No, not none of their leaders. So it's not religion per se, but they use religion to deceive people and say, Hausas were not Muslims at all. So they say, well, let's give you a superior religion, we'll give you Islam. But that didn't apply to the South, because we've had Muslims in Yoruba land even before 14th century.
So truly, what we are fighting against, or what is going on, is clash of culture.
And civilizations.
And civilizations.
That's right.
Not really the Fulani versus the Igbo, or the Fulani versus the Yoruba.
No.
It's clash of civilizations.
Yes, clash of civilizations and clash of cultures. Yes, you're right.
That means we have not really integrated as a people.
Never. We have never been.
So the word the Nigerian people is a fallacy. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because, again, in those days, you will say there have always been Igbo markets, Hausa markets in Enugu. There have always been sabos in Shagamu. But those sabos were occupied by Hausas. Hausas are peaceful people. We traded in Kola North. We did even the few Fulanis that came with them at that time, when you had a Sabo in Shagamu or in Ibadan here, they would still look for one Fulani man and make him their Seriki.
How did the Hausa accept
they were subdued. They were subdued.
Despite their large number.
Yes, they were subdued. Of course, they killed, they ruined, they extirpated their 7 kingdoms. They killed their 7 rulers and took over under the guise of religion. Another thing they used the word corruption. Oh, your people are corrupt. We are saints. Your people are corrupt. They've always used the word corruption to deceive people.
But the jihad is over. How come the Hausa man is yet to claim that Hausaness again?
It's just now that the efforts we are making in the South have begun to yield fruits. You will be surprised to hear that now in Hausa land, we now have Hausa Christians. Never had that before. Never. You now have Middle Belt Forum that are saying we are not Northerners, we are Middle Belters. We are not Northerners. Don't call us Northerners. Now, when you see a Jukum man or you see a Lantan man and you say you are Hausa or you are Fulani, he will be angry. He may even draw his dagger. Don't call me Fulani. I'm not Fulani. I'm not Hausa. What we did not know until recently is that when you call a Fulani man Hausa, he will be angry. He will say Banzani. Because he knows that I'm superior to Hausa. How can you say I'm Hausa? But before now, before Buhari came to establish his suzerainty over Nigeria, we all lumped all of them together for Northerners. And like I wrote some 4 years ago, there's no North. There's no North that we used to know. The North is dead. There's nothing called North anymore.
So there's a Fulani now standing on his own.
He's standing on his own. There's no more North. If they try any war today, oh God of mercy. The kind of cohesion you had in the army, the military in 1966, will never happen again in this country, if there is a country at all. You will not find a Hausa soldier now, an Igbo soldier going to Enugu to kill a fellow Igbo. You will not even find an Igbo soldier coming to Ibadan to kill a Yoruba man, or a Yoruba soldier going to Enugu to kill an Igbo man. It will not happen again. So the Lantan people, the Benue people will never ever allow themselves to be used by any Fulani mischief maker.
So if I'm getting you right, your argument is that the Fulani hegemony has been broken.
Dead.
If the Fulani hegemony has been broken,
yes,
does it mean that the social structure of Nigeria is about to witness a very hard hit that will lead to a new Nigeria?
Yes, for those who agree with you to the extent of the fact that there are still some people who want a Nigeria, a group that I don't belong to. But for such people, yes, with the weakening of Fulani hegemony, there could be a Nigeria that will integrate the Soba Fulanis, the town Fulanis, and still reconstruct, rebuild, and then have a Nigeria that should be. But I, as a person, as Tola Adeni, believe that it will take probably 1,000 years to change the mindset of a Fulani person whose philosophy is kill, maim, rape, send away people from their land and let me occupy it.
That is the bush Fulani.
It is the bush Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
And the town Fulani is more in number.
No! The town Fulani is less than 1%.
How did you get that figure?
Oh, go and find out. Let them allow a sense. Who are the town Fulani? They're very few. The ones who have in Abuja. Or the few that dot spaces in Sokoto. I'm sure that you know that Sokoto, as we speak, is not a Fulani town.
Is it not?
No, that's a mistake we make. Zamfara is not a Fulani town. There are more houses in Zamfara than Fulani. There are more houses in Kano than Fulani.
But the Fulani govern.
They are in town. They are in charge.
Yes, so it's their town.
Yes. By subterfuge, by cunning, by crookedness, by all sorts of gimmickry.
Or by integration.
Not integration, by intimidation. And I said they are politically savvy. What they did to the rest of Nigeria, when they realized that the Fulani in the military, they could no longer use the military to retain power indefinitely. Since they've had power, they had access to the treasury, they say, oh yes, Edmond is from the east, or wherever, brilliant man. He may likely oppose us and contest with us and rival us. Let's make him an ambassador. Let's give him an oil block. Let's make him a billionaire. We padlock his mouth. Let's get an Abiola. Make him a billionaire. Let's get this. Let's get that. And make them big. They will never be able to look us in the face. Then we can continue. Looting the treasury, we can continue. And once when we are in control of the treasury, we are in control of everywhere. So we can hire thugs. We can do whatever we would like. And that is why they introduced what I call plutocracy into Nigerian political etymology. Plutocracy.
Meaning?
Plutocracy is the government of the rich.
Yeah.
Any mind? I have to take a break as well. You know, I've been on the broadcast for like almost 5 hours now. Thank you so much, Mr. Abiodun was here. I hope you're enjoying the program. It's a Saturday. You can be doing other things and have yourself plugged in. And don't let this broadcast. I need to send away some family Wanile, Moki Mr. Bamidele, Emagbagbe. Benny, that is my brother, our brother Edmond Obilo. Very powerful, bogi presenter. only nígbà tí Tọ́ládé nìyí ní photography àbí báwo lọ ṣe gan ni brother mi di real now. Ẹ má gbàgbé a ṣì need the funding. We are still raising money, but look. Lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan ní bíbá má ti lọ nísìnyí má ti play the next Arrow Smith la máa play nísìnyí ṣe rí dòdò mi screen mi ti cover kò jẹ́ kẹ́ rí ṣe ti rí èyí tí mo dín lánàá ọmọ odò ẹ̀ jẹ́ kí n gbádùn ẹ̀ òun ló jẹ́ ẹyin mẹ́ta lè làgbàlagbà máa ń jẹ dòdò méjì ni máa dín so I'm not gonna eat in the camera, but I'm gonna eat it on the side. Thank you so much. We have 86 people that are watching us on Twitter. Please help me to retweet. I beg you now. Oh, my voice is not coming up, okay? Okay, Edmond Obilo ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, my voice is coming out. So, Ajani Akim, one in Nigeria is dead. We are expecting yes, mo ń lo fóònù yẹn ni, audio yẹn máa jáde sórí Koiki Media, tó bá ti jáde, máa ẹ̀rí. If you want to be on the Koiki Media WhatsApp channel, let me know. We can send you the message. So the next video coming up now will be this man. His name is Arrow Smith with his wife Carol Smith. You'll be surprised that they gave birth to their children in Nigeria. He knows more than me and you. how Britain did 419 with the people that are running, the people as at the time, àwọn Tafawa Balewa, Azikiwe, àti Baba Awólọ́wọ̀. This video will take us, by the time the video is ended, I should have completed my lunch. I'm just having my lunch now. I had my coffee and my croissant in the breakfast, but I need a full lunch now with a glass of orange juice. I'll be behind there watching it on my TV. I want us to sit back and enjoy Aerosmith. Some of you have listened to it before, but it's always good as a reminder how two things I want us to pick from here. Whoa, jẹ́ kí Baba Awólọ́wọ̀ débẹ̀. A dúpẹ́ pé Tinubu ti débẹ̀. But whoa, jẹ́ kí Baba Awólọ́wọ̀ débẹ̀. Ìyẹn number one. The war rig election. Mo kí ìyàwó Madi Peace. Wọ́n ní eat good food. Eat good food. Your kitchen is your hospital. I like this. I like that message. Eat good food. Your kitchen is your hospital. So, ẹni tó bá jẹun kọ́, mommy, whoever no eat good food, what thing go happen? Because many people back home, they can't eat good food. Mo kí our grace. Wọ́n ní kó free Olóyè Ìgbòho. Ẹni ẹ̀ máa ẹ̀kọ́ jẹ mi tútù. Let's go and listen to Aerosmith, and when I come back, we will probably just have half an hour and we end the broadcast. So this one is going to take us 24 minutes. Take me back by that day, fundraising for another 20 minutes, and we will end the broadcast and everybody can do whatever they need to do for the day. Mokiyawa, Mujibat, Adebayo, Emagba Bilen Konse, we are still raising funds. When I come back, I will show you the screen how you can help. Ẹni tó fún wa ní £1, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹni tó fún wa ní 100,000, a dúpẹ́. Ẹni tó ò tí fún wa náà, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Bàbá mi, Abiodun Monday, Nigeria is dead. Let's go now into this video.
Carol Smith, welcome to the program.
Thank you. May I say how delighted we are to be on Passion. We've looked forward to speaking to an African television station for decades. This is something we have looked forward to for such a long time, and we are so happy to be here.
Thank you. Mr. Aerosmith was a young, bright, and principled Oxford University graduate who was recruited by the Colonial Office and posted to Nigeria. He took his final examination a year ahead of his class. He also married Mrs. Carol Smith, whom he met while they were both at Oxford University. Together they went to Nigeria, where they had their 2 children. Mr. Aerosmith, you were featured in a program recently by BBC Radio 4,
yes. Titled Document, yes. And that was hosted by Mr. Mike Thompson. Yes. You were alleged that the British government rigged the first and most important election in the history of Nigeria in 1959 in favor of the North. Am I correct? Yes.
How long were you in Nigeria for?
From 1955 to 1960. And we were based in Lagos. I was on the staff of the Department of Labour. I was largely occupied with employment problems, all the employment exchanges, and statistics, and international reports, and was kept pretty busy. I was also stationed in Lagos in charge of the capital and the port. I was the port labour officer as well. And I also devised a port labour scheme and later a social security scheme, which was one of the first in Africa, which guaranteed workers some income after they'd finished work. It was a providence scheme. As I say, it was called the National Providence Scheme, and I was very proud to have put that on the statute book.
I was going to ask you what your role is. You've mentioned 3 important. Is there any particular name given to your office while you were there?
Just labour officer. I was a labour officer, a senior civil servant.
Okay.
I only intended to stay in Lagos initially for 2 tours of duty. Although, because of this conflict with the elections, there were difficulties. Actually, government wouldn't let me leave the civil service. They were determined that I should stay in the civil service after my 2 tours. And I was offered very considerable incentives, including a knighthood, to stay and work for government. Primarily this was because I had access to state secrets. I learned, and the Governor-General himself confirmed this to me, that the elections were rigged, contrived. The intention was that the North should rule Nigeria. Even in '56, the northern leaders were very proud and were saying, if they couldn't run Nigeria, never mind elections, they might not join Nigeria, they might leave. And we all thought, well, how would they survive? There were no industries, there's not a great deal of agriculture, some groundnuts in the north. This wasn't very practical at all. And then it was, the Governor-General seemed to be thinking that the North couldn't, even if it won an election, rule Nigeria by itself. The South wouldn't stand for that. So there had to be a partner, either the Igbos in the east or the Yoruba in the west, to team up with the North. What he didn't want was for the 2 southern parties, the Igbo and the Yoruba, to team up to form the government, because he believed the North wouldn't tolerate that and talked about leaving the federation. So as I learned, in a small way at first, but very rapidly I learned about the election fixing, and as I say, this was confirmed to me by the Governor-General. He actually said that he wanted me to know the truth because he wanted me to know how much trouble I was in.
You mentioned statistics, you were collecting figures. Yes. Is that for labor and unemployed people only, or general?
Primarily, but obviously my interest was in the population
of generally. Nigeria.
Yes, and Oluwole, the Yoruba leader of the action group, yep, and Chief Enaharo, they too, other people were saying, where are all these millions of people in the north? Where are they? We're going up there to campaign. We want to know, you know. And you see all these, you know, thousands of miles of not very developed countryside, and yet the northerners are claiming that their voting registration figures are larger than in the south, you know, larger, far more people up there. Well, actually, if you went through the Igbo land, you know, Enugu and that, you saw lots and lots of people. If you went to Ibadan, again, Ibadan teeming, you know, with millions of people. But we didn't actually see many northerners, and obviously not many northerners at that time came to Lagos. So this did arouse suspicion. Now, the Europeans, you know, not stupid, we are watching what's going on in Nigeria, and we too are beginning to feel there's something not quite right here, that maybe the elections are not going to be as straightforward as they're meant to be. Nigeria was being described as the showcase of democracy, and it was expected that the nationalist leaders would win through. But actually, when the election results were announced by the Governor-General, before the vote was even in, he didn't vote, didn't count for that, he didn't wait for that. I have to tell you, the British were counting the votes, and the British cannot be trusted. They look after their friends. Loyalty is the big thing for the British. And we were friends with the emirs of the north. We looked on people like Enaharo and Oluwole as rather dangerous people. They might even be communists. That's ridiculous, actually. They couldn't be communists in 1,000 years. But this was a sort of thing that was being said. And we were, Europeans, were getting a bit worried about all this. It wasn't quite the honest, straightforward election that we were hoping for.
Apart from Professor Anderson and Dr. Patrick Wilmot that supported your submission on the rigged election. There were other people who also served in the colonial office in your days. I mean, who opposed to this submission?
Initially, I was warned of what was going on by my senior officer, a Major Bunker. I didn't know, and I knew that the Governor-General had directed me to take all the office staff of the Ministry of Labour to help Chief Okoti Igbo in politicking in Warri. And this was most irregular, and I refused to do this. Having refused an order, I know what the drill is. You resign. I resign my post. That is the proper thing to do. What they did then was rather devious. They persuaded me to withdraw my resignation, and when I did, they sacked me. It didn't go through, but I thought it was a bit low after I'd resigned and was prepared to leave the country. This was not very nice behaviour. They later withdrew this and said that I had been of some service to the state, and actually commended me for what I had done, and said I could leave Nigeria with splendid testimonials, and we shook hands on this. And this was done with the recognition of the Deputy Governor-General, Sir Ralph Grey. And then I left Nigeria the first time and took up a job as a personnel officer, a very big job, with the Esso refinery. And then government came after me, declared that I was a traitor, and I had betrayed the British people.
Let me come in there. Agent Dupe, we are getting more updates with our fundraising. So far, we've been able to push it to 252,000 naira. Muri, our comfort, Olugunja, you've paid in pounds and you also paid in naira. We're always grateful. I know you're behind the scene watching all the time. You've been very busy. Because I know the nature of the job that every one of us are doing in this country. But we're grateful for the great work that you're doing behind the scene and also helping this particular organization. I tend to use the word organization because we are an organization. I'll be paying my April, tax. My accountant will be doing that. So let's leave Aaron Smith. Also, let me appreciate the real norm. Thank you so much once again. Modupe, there's another brother that paid 2,000. All these contribution goes a long way. You don't want me to mention your name, but we're very grateful. And I can tell you that some of the money we also now start with this. I've already started disbursing to some people that we know that we need one or two things to be sorted out. I don't want a program to go that wild length. So let's wind it down in 15 minutes. At least 2 hours, 15 minutes. And what we can just do is to say appreciation from this channel that believe in the cause of the Yoruba nation. We still believe that we don't have to fight each other. I still believe so. But we are already under a big, massive threat from the enemies. Excuse me. We are under a serious threat from the enemies. We all know the enemies, whether we mention them or not. So, kí la gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe to slow them down, to avoid more catastrophe? This Yoruba nation movement is not yet the government. We don't have the power to do the military, the police, the navy, the air force, and all this. That is what Nigeria is meant to be doing. But unfortunately, or whatever we want to say, the DSS director, we've listened to it before. I will not bore you with listening to it on a full scale. Because phone information problems, I had to delete it. But we have listened to him. We know what he said. We should defend ourselves. Ṣé tá bá wá lọ defend ara wa, ṣé wọ́n tún ní wá sọ pé báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? So from those that believe in the self-determination under Baba Akintoye, what we should now prepare for is to call out the government that apart from pay law, there are so many things that you have done that you have failed us. So, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa múra sí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà l'Amẹ́ríkà, ẹ report in Nigeria more this time. You have a new government. I know that we might not be satisfied, we might not be happy with Donald Trump in power. But àwọn tó jẹ́ senator yín yẹn, ẹ bá wa máa kọ lẹ́tà sí wọn. Ká report in Nigeria more. Because a new government is in place in America. You might not like it, but things will change. As we are witnessing, the tariff is coming up. A lot of things are changing. Donald Trump wants to go back to do business with Russia. Biden might not want it. European countries might not want it. Donald Trump has already pulled America out of the world, the 419 World Health Organization. So this is a good opportunity that the diaspora now needs to engage more quickly. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ sí nínú àwọn platforms tó yẹ pé ó lè ní, because sometimes it's better when you're in that platform, in the groups, so that a lè jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ yẹn kó wà enhance. A ní ìlànà US, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn, ẹ reach out sí mi. A ní mega rally, Prophet Ológunlúwa, ẹ pè mí, màá connect yín pẹ̀lú wọn. A ní ìlànà Canada, a ní UK tí ó jẹ́ YSDM Europe. These are how we need to enhance. We can only be coming out as a media to create the awareness, but ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní expertise ní different field, ní different area. A fẹ́ ṣe lè láti fi ran ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lọ́wọ́, láti fi ran Bàbá Akintoye lọ́wọ́ àti gbogbo tí gbogbo àjọ gbé dání àti Olóyè Ìgbòho. This is not the time to say, mo busy o, ó dẹ̀ wù mí kí n join o, but mo busy. No. We need to get involved, and this is a plea to the diaspora. Our voice is a very strong one. The government anywhere in the world are scared of the diaspora. We are pumping 40 billion into that economy, and yet it has become a disaster fún àwọn èèyàn wa. So àwa ló wá kù sí lọ́wọ́, ṣé lótìítọ́ la fẹ́ gba Yorùbá country? Ẹ jẹ́ ká make gbogbo input wa. And all the organizations are trying. Even those that are not in line with Baba Akintoye. Global Directorate, they are trying. They're creating their own awareness. But they don't have the push to give us a Yoruba country. No. They don't have what it takes to go and give us a Yoruba nation. Then, coming towards the end, raise a woman and sing. It's okay. But I know that many people will watch the program and you will still contribute. Ẹ bá a sọ fún Tinubu pé kó jọ àwọn bọ́dì méjèèjì a sì nídẹ̀. Àdògán lélẹ̀, brother mi dáadáa Àdògán, no, òun lélẹ̀. Alhaji Fatai Àdògán ni, Alhaji Fatai ni. I met the two of them. I lived with them for some time. They were both killed by the former Fulani president Muhammadu Buhari and Yemi Osinbajo. Their bodies have not yet been regained back from the government. We know that the government is still holding it. So just to finish up the program this particular Saturday edition, à ń sọ fún gbogbo wa pé this clarion call pé a fẹ́ kúrò ní Nigeria, the diaspora that are pumping 40 billion, and I'm not talking about Yoruba alone now, our voice will be very important. Mo rí comment kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan tí yàn kọ́ ní, let's engage Anthony Joshua. No, Abike Dabiri is telling Anthony Joshua that Nigeria is a great country. Anthony Joshua was in Nigeria recently. He saw the poverty level that the Yoruba people are going through. But he's not going to do anything now. But he might if we continue to try to engage him, however we engage him. I know one day, most of them will have no choice than to come out and have to endorse and support a Yoruba country. But right now, Abike Dabiri, she keep going around and looking for the best Yoruba people and present them to Buhari. And then she's presenting them now to Tinubu. So Tinubu Batulo, sister Abike Dabiri, you know we know each other very well. A lovely sister. and auntie. Ṣé tí Tinubu bá parí ìjọba ẹ̀ tán, ṣẹ́yìn náà máa di president? In Nigeria today, even a female governor in 25 years have not been allowed. All this is not good as a country. So, but they are not going to support and endorse a Yoruba country. I'm talking about the rest of these politicians from Abike Dabiri and the rest of them. So I hope that our message as we prepare and gear up for whatever would happen this year, we will take the risk. And the risk will lead us to a new nation called Yoruba country. Let Tinubu know that he can divide Nigeria now. He has what it takes. And if he says he's not going to divide Nigeria, Nigeria will still have to be divided because it is no longer workable for the people. Do not trust this man behind there. Ìyẹn David Lammy. David Lammy, let me remove my head. You see him there? David Lammy is the Home Secretary. Ọmọ Caribbean ni. Òun ló ní Nigeria will be better by 2075. Irọ́ ló ń pa o. David Lammy is telling lies. Irọ́ ló wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀ bó ṣe wà yẹn. Òpùrọ́ gidi ni. This is the time we finish the job and we will be grateful. Many people want Baba Akintoye to get in touch with Donald Trump. Hey, Baba mi son Odu. This man, he no want me make at all. Every day comes, he support. He's also supporting behind the scene. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. Mo ti send the number yẹn, but like I said, you will receive the 2 numbers. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ wá ra data fún wa, tẹ́ fi fún wa lówó, ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀. Ẹ lè ra voucher kẹ́ send ẹ̀ sí mi. We use Glo, Airtel, MTN, and I think that's about it. Airtel, Glo, MTN. Mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn. Ẹ lè bá mi rà, send ẹ̀ sí mi. My number is always there. I appreciate everyone that have stayed tuned. It's a long broadcast, about almost 5.5 hours. It is worth it, and I hope that you have learned new things and you have enjoyed old things that we bring in as well. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti support wa. If you still want to say Koiki, I will give you my support. That is the screen there. That is going to be the final screen. We have only 6 minutes. My account number is there. You can send me PayPal. I've received a PayPal. You can send me a Western Union. And if you don't have any money, pray for me and my family at this very important. There's nothing wrong with my family, but ẹ máa fi àdúrà pé kí Ọlọ́run máa fi ṣọ́ àtàbọ̀ ẹ̀ kó máa fi bò mí àtàwọn ọmọ mi, because the enemies knows that we are not joking, and wọ́n ní rí wa mú, wọ́n ní Ìgbòho mú, but they will try. And I pray that ọ̀tá ò ní yọ̀ wá o. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí i. Tó bá wá jẹ́ mi náà ni mo á máa jẹ́ pé mo máa dalẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá kí ikú mú mi lọ. I don't have to be around again. Generation tèmi, èmi ni mo ń sọ o. A ní dalẹ̀ yín o. Ẹ wò mí dáadáa. In tó bá máa wá dalẹ̀ kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó mú mi mọ́lẹ̀ kó dẹ̀ mú mi lọ. Mú mi lọ ni pé kó pa mí ni o kí máa lọ. We are serious about Yoruba nation. A serious gan. Tẹ́yìn kan bá serious. Tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ẹ̀ ń tán mọ́ Yorùbá. Ilẹ̀ máa yọ̀ yín o. Ilẹ̀ máa mú yín o. Ilẹ̀ máa yọ̀ yín. Ó bẹ́tà kẹ́ máa náà ṣe Yoruba nation. People are doing different things on the social media. O lè máa sọ pé òun ṣe Yoruba nation. Kó tún máa lọ endorse bí olóṣèlú ṣe máa fi àkóbá fún ọmọ Yorùbá o. Ilẹ̀ máa mú ẹ o. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nínú groups ẹ fẹ́ máa fetí gbọ́ kí ni wọ́n ń sọ, kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Ó máa mú yín o. Ó máa mú yín o. Ilẹ̀ máa yọ̀ yín o. Ó bẹ́tà kẹ́ rọra jáde nínú àwọn groups yẹn. Koiki kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀. Wo ẹ jẹ́ ìran fi tó kulẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ fi tó kulẹ̀. Mo kí mọ́ sí mi dáadáa. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Mo kí Muslim. Mo kí Christian. Kábíyèsí Aláàfin Akínyín. Tẹ́ bá ti ṣe tán, á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń bòǹbàdì yín. Kí lẹ fẹ́ ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nínú Nàìjíríà? Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí o. Ní Libya mo kí yín o. Orúkọ mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ni Ọláyọmí Koiki. Ẹ sọ fún President Bola Ahmed. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nnamdi Kanu kò ń ṣe ta lè fi pé kò kàn wá o. Ó kàn wá o. Ẹ sọ fún Tinubu o kó fi Nnamdi Kanu sílẹ̀ o. kó fi Nnamdi Kanu sílẹ̀ o. Nnamdi Kanu ò kì í ṣe terrorist, kò ń ṣọ̀daràn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ Tinubu, ẹ sọ fún pé Ìgbòho àti Nnamdi Kanu kò síbì kankan tó ti declare àwọn méjèèjì as wanted. Nnamdi Kanu is not wanted, Ìgbòho is not wanted. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ dẹ̀ máa sọ pé nǹkan méjèèjì a yàtọ̀ síra wa. Yes, a yàtọ̀ lóòótọ́, but ìjà tó ń jà pé kó dá dúró ni. Nnamdi Kanu is not looking for the destruction of Nigeria. Neither is Igboho as well. All they want is a peace exit out of Nigeria. Nothing less, nothing more. Holding Nnamdi Kanu can bring a lot of crisis in Nigeria alone. Igboho ti gba kámú, ẹ ti lé kúrò nílùú. You have chased him out of Yoruba land. Ó jẹ́ kí Igboho wà níbi tí Aláàfin ti ń ṣe nǹkan lénìí. I don't think some of you understand the pain that this man is going through. Ó wá dẹni tó wà níta. Igboho should be invited on a special invite níbi tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe ètò Aláàfin lénìí. Ó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ìlú Igboho ni wọ́n sin àwọn ọba mẹ́ta sí o. Adé orí Igboho àbí ẹ ṣáà mọ bá ṣe máa ń èmi ò mọ gbogbo kinní yẹn. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí ẹnìkankan sọ fún yín pé ẹlẹ́wọ̀n ọ̀daràn làwọn méjèèjì. No, they are not criminals, and we hope that Tinubu will do the needful. Tinubu má fi Nnamdi Kanu tayo. Akí bàbá Akintoye lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ọlọ́run bá mi lọ́rẹ̀ mi bàbá o. Bàbá is 90. Ẹ má ẹ̀ka fi ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation níbi tó dé ká máa sọ pé yes, bàbá gan máa ń sọ pé àwọn ọmọjọ́ àwa kàn bẹ̀ Ọlọ́run pé bàbá ẹ lọ anywhere. But he's 90 years old. International community kọ́ ló máa fún wa ní country, but we will make the final push. And that final push before I end the broadcast who's going to look like this. This is Istanbul. We need much 3 times of this crowd. And I hope the message is clear. My name is Olawumi Koiki. Happy weekend to you all. Remember, ẹ má gbàgbé, ẹ fi nǹkan ránṣẹ́ sí wa. No matter how small, Africa, we are preparing, and we should be in Africa very, very soon to join the team on the ground with Baba Akintoye and the rest. Thank you so much, every single one. Whether we mentioned you or we did not, Emma Binu, there's no way we can see everybody in the comment section. We are trying every day to read your comment so that you can know that we appreciate you and we know that you are there. Tinubu released Igboho's account. Tinubu, Igboho is not a terrorist. Release Igboho. Put that unwanted out of his name, and hopefully you will divide Nigeria. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to my team. Shout out to you on Instagram, MixLR. I am Olayomi Koiki, popularly known as Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Bye for now.